What's good, everybody? You back with another episode of the Whistle Game Podcast. And on this episode, we break down the 2025 NFL draft class for your San Francisco 49ers. What's good? It's your boy Furb live from the den in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. Here with my boy Monte. What's going on?
What's going on, fam? Chilling.
Everything good? Everything good?
Oh man, enjoying the weather down here in Tampa.
I hear that. I hear that. And we here with as usual, always late, Mr. P.
Yes, baby. I'm in the building. I'm happy to be here, sharing this news with the world, the 49er family. It's been a minute, but all three of us here tonight, and we're gonna have a good show. We
Yes,
got some
sir.
good weather up here too now. Charlotte ain't to be played with right now, man. This 80-degree weather is pretty good too. It's just like Florida.
I wouldn't say it's just like Florida, but it's been okay. It's been nice. It's been nice. But before we get into the draft class, obviously there's some other news before that just broke about a day or two ago. But your boy George Kittle, the people's tight end. Shout out to George Kittle. I wore the shirt for
Yes,
him
sir.
today. Highest
Yes,
paid tight end
sir.
in football. Will probably retire a 49er. How's everybody feel about that?
Hey, man, we had to sign this guy. I love the energy. I love the it ain't all about getting me the ball. He blocking for his teammates down the field, putting his body at risk to make sure his teammates get to the end zone or get down the field. So I love it.
Cool. Monty, any thoughts
I,
on Kittle?
I couldn't say it any better. He is a true definition of a leader, and he's the leader out there to help rock out there on the field and the offense, and obviously they got a great connection. So it's great to have him in here for another 4 years and retire as a Niner, where he belongs.
Yeah, he does.
That's most important right there to start somewhere and end somewhere. A lot of players don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll probably go down as probably a top 10 Niner of all time, I think.
Correct.
Depending on how
yeah,
obviously these next 4 years go. But as long as he can stay healthy and stay consistent in that 900 plus yard year, I think he'll go down as a top 10 all time Niner.
Correct.
Um, or shit, his family's probably number one. They, just hanging out with them, seeing them at all the away games and stuff like that. They're always in the mix. His
Oh
dad,
yeah.
his mom, his wife Claire, like everybody's
yeah,
always in the mix.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
shout out to them. So this year the draft, you know, what I mean, we had 11 picks in the draft, and we used all 11 picks, which was actually kind of shocking to me. But I guess at the end of the day, we do need the players. But I don't see all 11 players making the team. Um, I don't know. You guys thoughts on that before we get to the individual? Like, did y'all expect us to use all 11 picks? I figured we would package some up and move up and get certain guys, but that never happened.
Yeah. You can go, Monty. Go ahead. I ain't gonna keep jumping in front of you.
No, that's all right. Yeah, so I agree with you. I thought we were going to make a couple of moves, but it seemed like everybody that they wanted, that Salah wanted, Shanahan fell in order, and there was no need for it. So I agree with you. I can't see how all 11 stay, but I guess if you ain't going to trade them, you got to pick somebody.
Gotta pick somebody.
Correct.
What you was
I
gonna What
was
you was gonna
actually
say, P?
shocked, man. I was shocked that we went defense heavy on this draft. Um,
You,
I was shocked. I see the direction we're going in. We're going back to defense first, offense,
yeah.
and kind of just get enough points to beat you. So
All
I
right.
can see us going back to that.
All right. Cool. Well, with the first pick, well, not the first pick of the draft, but the 49ers' first pick came at 11, and we picked Markeel Williams, 6'5", 265, DN, out of Georgia.
Yes.
Um, my initial thoughts is Think Alden Smith without the pass rush. Very big, sets the edge, long arms, but more he's much more of a run stuffer than a sack artist. At least at this stage in his game. I think the reason for the pick is that he can instantly start, um,
Correct.
and he will set the edge. And they think that that wide nine defense that we play, meaning he'll line up on the outside edge of the tackle, opposed to where he lined up at Georgia, either head to head against the tackle or inside the tackle, will will actually help his pass rush. Um, so yeah, so what you got? And then he's young. He's only 20. He won't turn 21 until like right before the season or during the season or something like that. So what's you guys' initial thoughts on the Markeel Williams pick?
I guess when I first seen this highlights, I was like, wow, we got a dog. We got somebody on the opposite side, rushing the quarterback, getting back in the backfield. I'm excited for our defense to get a little bit of young fire. I I know we was chasing a lot of veterans during the off season and trying to bring in some veterans for the low who hurt up. But this guy, he's young legs. He's gonna be around for a while, so I'm excited about the addition of Williams to it.
Yeah, Monty.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited. First, it wasn't the guy I was looking to get, but at that time at that pick with number 11. But after doing some research, he is he's I think he's going to complement Bosa pretty well with the fact that the way he
Absolutely.
seals the edge, and it's going to help him get around. Bosa get around because he's got. I mean, and like you said, him winding up in that wide nine, he has a good first step, which might
Oh
create
yeah.
more for him to disrupt the bat in the backfield. So you know, they definitely went in the direction of Salah to fill that wide nine with almost all the selections. But I'm happy to see what he can bring
I
outside
think Salah had a
next
lot
to
of influence
Bosa.
on his draft.
Yeah, and two, I mean, obviously he'll be coached by the best D line coach in football, Chris Kasarik. So he definitely should get something out of it and continue to get better. Any predictions on like maybe sack total for his first year?
I'll go 5.
Mm. He
You
go
think five is good enough?
He's not really
for
a
the
strong
season.
pass rusher.
Correct.
He's only averaged 7 over his college career, but NFL's different. I'll go
Correct.
with 5
Yeah,
for the rookie year.
That ain't bad. What you think, P?
I see about five, maybe 4 or 5. Because again, um, I thinking back when what's the cat who we got from Washington? Him and Bosa was in the backfield at the same
Chase
time,
Young.
sharing those sacks. Yeah, so he gonna have to beat Bosa back there, but it's doable. So I give him about 4 or 5.
I think he needs to get the 8. Pick 11, first round. Obviously, Bosa be on the other end. We're going to get to the middle, to the tackles that we're going to have in the middle. But somehow, some way. And then they say too, what I mean, probably on third down, you might see him slide inside with Gross Matos still coming in from the edge. So he should be able to bully some of them guards and stuff like that, getting one on ones. Because obviously,
Hmm.
Bosa's gonna get the double, and that's what we need, somebody to beat the one on ones. If he can get the 8, I think that'll be a tremendous rookie year. Tremendous rookie year. So
Absolutely.
with our second pick, um, which was pick 43, round 2, we took Alfred Collins, D tackle out of Texas, 6'5", 320, massive human being, um,
He's
Yeah.
332.
332.
Wow.
Um,
That's a lot of weight, boy.
yeah, you
Yeah.
see him, you think DJ Jones. The
Whew.
dogs. You see that? Dogs.
Dogs. Yes,
Dogs. So
sir.
yeah.
Going to eat.
So
He going to eat. Oh yeah.
correct.
He
So you,
eating.
you see you see him, you think DJ Jones. Um, he's
Hmm.
another run stuffer. Texas had like one of the best run defenses in the nation last year. They held opponents on first and second down to 2.7 yards per carry because of Alfred Collins.
Wow.
So what's your thoughts, Monty? Big Alfred
Alf,
Collins.
big Alfred Collins, man, talk about a big guy, stuff in the middle, and good speed for a big boy. Good speed, good leverage. He's exactly going to do what's needed in the wide nine. He's going to fill that gap, and put
Correct.
pressure, quick first step, and push that line back on that quarterback, and get and disrupt the backfield. That's what he's done all his career in college. So I'm hoping it transitions into the pros very smoothly.
Correct.
Oh yeah,
Correct.
you
Correct. See,
always love a big man with that kind of weight and can move good on their feet, light on their feet like that. He's going to be a problem with our
yeah.
defense. He's definitely going to be a problem.
Yeah, you can see, last year we struggled against the run, and what these two picks allowed us to do was address the run situation. Like we instantly now have a solid run defense on first and second down, and allows us to be able to now earn the right to rush the pass on third down. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
Salah had his hand in both of these picks, obviously,
Oh
probably
yeah.
all of them. But also
All
Lynch.
of
I
them,
mean,
the majority of them, right?
yeah,
This was Salah's draft. Truth be told, this was his draft.
yeah, trying to build up the defense back. So definitely some first two good picks right there. Building it back up, building back up the defense after the losses and different things that we had. Um, so
Right.
so
And
yeah, so
and I
round
definitely think that was in his agreement for him to come back, Salah. Give him control of these drafts. He probably already had been scouting these drafts before he came back. Like he knew we had 11 picks. He knew what he wanted to go after, and you can clearly see that it was defense heavy, and that's what we're doing.
yeah, and it fell to us too a little bit. But
Oh yeah,
in
What's
round
going on?
three, um, pick 75, we picked Nick Martin, linebacker out of Oklahoma State.
yes
Obviously,
sir.
everybody knows Fred Warner left his running mate, lost his running mate Dre Greenlaw to the Denver Broncos. Um, we do have D Winters, and we wanted to get bigger, faster, and stronger and younger at those positions. So we drafted Nick Martin in round three, our third pick. The the only issue I see with him is almost just like Dre Greenlaw. He missed 7 games last year with an injury, with a
With an
knee
injury.
injury. Yeah, so he is I can say injury prone, but he has been banged up, especially this past year. But he idolizes his game after Fred Warner.
Right. He's so quick on the ball, man. Listen, the highlights I was checking this guy with, he's quick on the ball. He's in the backfield. He's like on your tail. As soon as you get that ball, if you hold on to the ball too long, QB, he's at you. So it's a great addition with the loss of Greenlaw, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. He's quick. He's quick, very quick, side to side from the field. He's a heat-seeking missile out there. Same. He's actually almost the same
Oh yeah,
exact build as Greenlaw. 6 foot,
that's
two
Greenlaw.
220, 220. And he's very quick. Greenlaw 2.0. So I mean, you couldn't even with the injuries, like you said. But I mean,
Right, and
it's a
he's younger,
It's
and younger legs
yeah.
and
So
everything. So
hopefully he can stay healthy and play right next to Fred. Be a nice 1-2 again.
Do you think he
correct,
gets on the field right away?
I think they got
had
to
to.
put D Winters ahead of him just because he's been on the
Oh
team
no,
longer. But depends what he does in camp. You know what I mean? You never know.
right.
Yeah, because that's where D Winter shined. That he shined in camp, and then he got hurt right before the season started.
Right.
So I guess we'll see. But Nick Martin, um, good pick. We'll see. He'll definitely be a special teamer, but in my opinion, all three of these dudes got to be starters for us.
Yeah,
On damn
I
near from
agree.
day one. And then with our fourth pick, which still was in the third round, pick 100, we took Upton Stout, cornerback with Western Kentucky. Obviously, we know we got Lenore, we got Ronaldo Green, but this pick is supposed to allow Lenore to stay on the outside and not have to worry about coming into the slot. As everybody knows, he's probably one of the best slot corners in the league, especially our best slot corner. But they feel
Correct.
if he can focus just on the one position, which would be the outside corner, he'll only get stronger and better. So they drafted Upton Stout with the opportunity and ability to go play in the slot. He was one of the best corners, slot corners in the country. He played 53% of his snaps in the slot, and he in 409 coverage snap has not allowed a touchdown.
Oh yeah,
Thoughts?
we needed that. We definitely needed that, bro.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm
it'll be
loving
a
that.
super young secondary with Lenore, who's still young, but obviously
Right.
Green would be in his second year. Brown would be what in his third year, or is it fourth year?
Yeah,
Third,
third.
and then whenever Mustafa comes back, which was a shocker, which or I forgot, so I don't know, but he'll be in his second year. And
Right.
we did take another safety who I don't think would start, at least not right away, but we did sign some safety. So whoever we signed would be pretty much like the veteran out there in that secondary. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got
Any
some fresh
concerns about the
legs.
secondary going into the season?
I like the fresh legs. I like the addition. Young, rookie, hungry. Um, I hate Mustafa went down. He would have been kind of, a father figure, kind of like an uncle out there to him. But yeah, I definitely like the moves in the secondary. That's what I think we was lacking at with injury last year, and kind of getting burnt a couple times in the secondary. So I think we're gonna be solid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Anything else?
yeah. I mean, this guy Upton Stout's pretty good, versatile. He can play, like you said, nickel corner, so he can spell green out there when it also, and he plays his zone very well, which is another thing that Salah likes to do every once in a while on first and second down. Very,
Mm-hmm.
and he's another edge setter in the defensive backfield. Helps keep the running back. He sets that edge well and helps the running back stay inside, and everybody else get tackles. But he might I think he's got some good upside for a third round pick.
Sweet. So in the fourth round, pick 113, 13 picks later, we took CJ West, D tackle out of Indiana. Another big run stuffer, D tackle.
Big boy. Big
Yeah,
boy.
he was a disruptive force. He had 52 stops at or behind the line of scrimmage since
Wow.
2021, which was the most in the nation in college football. Um,
Oh wow.
yeah, so big dude. He's 6'2", 317. Um, yeah, between
I,
him and
With somebody like
Alfred
that being
Collins,
available, man, listen, that's amazing that somebody was like, with those credentials, those stats, was available to fall in our lap like that.
correct. This was a deep D tackle draft. There's a lot of D tackles available, so we took our fair share of them, and hopefully both of them are starters for us.
looks like
Probably
it's gonna
not.
be.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Elliott will probably start alongside Collins, but he would definitely, as you know, Salah like to rotate. Chris Cosera like to rotate the D line. He would for sure be in the rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All I got is one thing to say about Mr. CJ West. Did you see that interview? They asked him. He says, "All I do is abuse centers, and I'm gonna punch him in the face." Say no more, bro. That's what you love to hear. What else do you
Oh
want to
yeah.
hear? That's it.
That's all we
Welcome to
want
the
to hear.
Niners. Welcome to the Niners, Mr. West.
Welcome, welcome.
Mr. West. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So round five, one pick. Actually, I'm sorry. Round four still pick 138. We took Jordan Watkins, wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Um, good wide receiver. Obviously played with Jackson Dart, um, who got drafted to the Giants. And with the Niners, obviously BA not sure when he'll be ready, which I think BA would probably
Hmm.
miss the first 4 games of the year. I think that's the pup list, first 4 games. I, who knows? He was
Yes,
out
it is four
golfing
games to pup list.
today. Yeah, I saw he was out golfing today with Purdy and Kittle. So who knows? But I seem to think that he will miss the first 4 games of the year. You got third and Jawan. Demarcus Robinson is already pretty much suspended. I think the first 6 games. Who's our freshman
Yep.
time receiver, and then you will have Slick Rick and then Crowder. So we took a receiver,
Cowling.
Colin.
Cowan. So we took a receiver, round 4, pick 138. Thoughts?
I
Definitely.
actually got.
Go
There
ahead,
you
Tim.
go. Yeah, no, I mean this kid. If you look at his tape, he actually is very good footwork, and against the press, he gets open and releases in the on press coverage, press man coverage, and has some good speed. So, and he also could possibly return some punts. You know what I mean? We never had somebody back there to return punts in a long time, so he's good. He's got good speed, and like you said, with Ayuk being out the first couple of weeks, possibly, I think it's going to be a good stopgap until Ayuk gets back.
So you see him getting on the field.
I mean,
5'11", 200
I
pounds.
mean, hey, listen, Shanahan likes to use trick plays. His kid got speed and gets into the open and has speed. Throw him a couple of plays his way to see what he can do, and never know. Cowing didn't show much last year, so I could see him beating him
Especially
out
if
in
if,
camp.
if Kyle want to continue to do these trick plays and these gadgets and gadgets he like to throw at people. So he's definitely gonna have to have some speed at their receiver. So I can see him being used if B ain't gonna be out, he gonna have to feel it, fill his shoes with some speed. So
Yeah. Um. All right. I mean, I'm not really excited about it. It is what it is.
we need a receiver though. We need some. We got it. Bell,
There's
get
still
rid of
some
him.
veterans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of veterans still available that we
Hmm.
can
Yeah,
go get on
hopefully
the
we can
cheap.
get him on the cheap.
Yeah, they out there for the cheap. So
Yeah.
I think we will bring in 1 or 2 veterans that's still out there in the market. Long way to go though before camp.
Yep.
So now to round 5, pick 147. The 49ers took their annual running back that Kyle takes every year in the draft from pick round 3 to round 7. We're going to draft a running back. And this time we took him in the 5th round. Jordan James out of Oregon. A little bit of a bruiser. Um, Thoughts?
I think he just filling the gap really, because I don't see many people behind Christian and Durando. I don't see anybody getting really that many touches. So just to me, it was just a pick.
Yeah. Kind of my thoughts
Um,
exactly.
uh,
Unfortunately, we don't rotate running backs.
No,
yep.
ask my boy
Uh,
Mason. Ask my boy Mason how he was.
Yeah,
um,
unfortunately, like you said, he might not get no playing time, but he does have good vision in the backfield, good timing, waits for his blockers, but he's not the best catcher out of the backfield, so that might be a problem. But
yeah.
hopefully we can see what he could do. Maybe he'd be the next Bucky Irving coming out of Oregon. Have a
Yeah.
breakout season.
He might not get the opportunity. If he gets the opportunity, then obviously that's
That's
something's wrong.
that's the only
CMC's
question.
out.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
don't
you're
see
right
many
about that.
players. I don't see many players on the field at running back this year,
Yep.
but one. That's it.
What one? Yep. So round 5, pick 160 of the draft. We took safety out of Kansas State, Marquis Siegel. Um, he is fast. My man runs a 4.3. Um, and if I'm not mistaken, he's like a blitzer off the edge. He likes to blitz the
Hmm.
quarterback and gets sacks and stuff like that. But he's very fast. Um, yeah. So thoughts?
Number one thought, baby. His daddy is a 49er fan, baby. Do you need to say more? His pops is a 49er fan.
Yeah, he
It's,
picked up
it's
the
in
phone
his
and said,
blood.
"Daddy, I'm going to the 40. I'm going to your team."
Yes, yeah. He said,
Nice.
"Daddy, I'm going to your team, Daddy. I'm gonna make you proud."
Yeah. So yeah.
So
So he. Go ahead. My bad.
definitely would need it right now. In the situation we're in. So um, shoot, he might have been a gift from the gods to to be drafted at this particular time with us being injured in the secondary like we are. So
Yeah. We'll see.
lace up, my boy. It's time. That's all I can say. He might hit the field this year. You never know.
Monty.
I mean, I was questioning the pick, but now after I saw Mustafa's injury, I guess they might have knew that all along, and that was the pick to fill a spot. But I mean, like you said, he got speed, he can blitz, but Salah doesn't really use the blitz that much. So I'm
Right.
kind of confused. I'm kind of confused with that pick, but I
From
guess
from
maybe
my,
he was the best safety at the moment in the time in the draft.
yeah, and then also too, he can go out there and play like that center field free safety because he is
Yeah,
fast. So he can go from hash to hash and
yeah,
um, go chase the ball down. So round 7, pick 227. Now this pick, I was a head scratcher for me, but we drafted Curtis Rourke. I don't know how
Rourke.
Rourke. My bad.
Yeah.
Um, Quarterback out of Indiana. It
Right.
was a head scratcher for me mainly because the center for Georgia was on the board still.
Mm,
Um, and obviously, we don't have the best of centers in Jake Brendel. So I
Hmm.
don't think it would hurt, obviously, drafting competition for him. And he
Correct.
also could play guard. And obviously, he played on championship winning teams at Georgia. Quarterback. If we didn't draft this dude, I'm sure he would have been available as a undrafted free agent. And the fact too, he tore his ACL and probably won't even be available until camp starts, and it's just to compete for the third quarterback who won't ever dress or anything, as Mac Jones is our backup.
Correct.
Um, so, thoughts on
So,
the pick?
so what is Cal doing? He drafting Camp Booty.
I don't know.
If that man hurt, I don't see, I don't see the point in that draft, that pick
I mean,
at
I'm
the
guessing
quarterback
he's trying to
position.
get him into the system. I can't remember if Mac Jones signed a 1 year or 2 year deal, but maybe if Mac Jones is going after 1 year, now he could slide in as a backup. I don't know. I don't like the
you
pick.
know,
I would have took the Georgia kid.
yeah, I could see that point of it being that somebody another position we needed was still available.
Yeah.
But when I looked at this pick, it just reminded me when they drafted Brock Purdy with the last pick when we had Trey Lance. We just traded away all those picks to get Trey Lance, and
Right.
we draft Brock Purdy with this. I was kind of scratching my head when we drafted Brock Purdy. I mean, if I know then, what I know now, it'd be a different story. But you know, so I scratched my head a little bit with this pick also. But then I thought about Brock Purdy and said, hey, maybe Kyle sees something in him
Kyle
down the
see
line.
something. Right. Cal
Who
done saw
Yeah,
knows?
but
something.
hopefully we don't have to fucking see it because Brock is
Yeah,
doing his thing.
you're
Right.
right.
Correct.
You're right.
So yeah. So I thought that was a little bit of a head scratcher. That's probably the biggest head scratcher for me in the draft. And then round 7, pick 249, we took Connor Kobe. And then our last pick, round 7, 252, we took Junior Bergen, wide
Bergen.
receiver out of Montana. Um, Connor Kobe, O line out of Iowa. He'll play guard. Very solid. 50. He started 50 games. He's just a solid pickup. Hopefully he can just compete. Potentially could be a starter. You just never know. Probably typically those Iowa linemen are just mean and nasty. So maybe he brings a little bit of that to the table. And then Junior, they literally drafted him for his punt return
Mm-hmm.
and kick return abilities. He has something like 7 or 8 punt returns in college or something like that.
Yep.
He's super fast. They literally drafted him for special teams, and they're hoping that he can make the team as a special teamer. And obviously, he'll probably run a route or two, but they only drafted him. because it was their last pick in the draft, and obviously he would have been a big undrafted free agent target for somebody. So they drafted him to have him and see if he could compete and make the roster. Thoughts on our last two picks?
Uh, Hey, it's always good to get a receiver, especially with uh, the trash that we had on our end. Um, yeah, start over. Get rid of some of those veterans and bring in some fresh young legs in the receiver camp. So I'm with it.
All right.
Well,
What about you,
Connor
Monty?
Colby, I'm actually happy with him because he actually in college played 3 out of 5 positions on the line, so he's kind of versatile. So we have a lot of injuries on that O line, so you never know. He pop up, plug him in,
Right.
and he runs with it like Pooney did last year.
Yeah, yeah,
And as far as Bergen, I mean, who wouldn't love a punt return every now and then? You know what I mean?
we
Get him
need
out
it.
there. Let's see something.
We need it. But obviously,
And
he's probably gonna have to do a little bit something else. So that's why,
right.
like, we're hoping that he shows some flashes, maybe in the slot or something else like that.
I like
Hmm.
the addition to the O line. So yeah, we needed to sneak one or two in there on the O line. Get some
Yeah.
protection on Brock.
So out of the 11 picks that we took, how many you think need to be starters for this to be a successful draft? They don't got to be from day one, but how many you think should need to become starters?
I would
At
say
least
4,
yeah, at least four.
at least 4.
No running back, no receiver. Definitely the safety. Definitely the defensive tackles, the linebacker, and of course Williams. So I'd
Shit,
say
that's
four.
five.
So I'll
Huh?
take 4 out of those 5.
Yeah, four out of those five, and then one of them being a rotational player or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think
I,
five
I
need to
only see
be.
Marquise because of course Mufasa is out. Once he come back, then I can see him going back to, of course, not starting, of course, but
Yeah, but I think good 7 or 8 make the team though. And then
correct.
if we can get five starters or slash contributors, um, I think it could be a successful draft. And they're not playing just because of injury. They're playing because they won the job in camp and
Right.
all that other
Correct.
good stuff. Um, so yeah. Anything else about the draft you guys like, didn't like? What's your grade? What would you give us right now before seeing them on the field?
Um, I give it a B, hmm, a A minus, only because we didn't need that quarterback. um, and definitely didn't need that running back. That's just a filling the void. That's all. So other than that, A minus.
Yeah. What you think, Monty?
I gave it a B minus. I mean, I think they solidified a lot of opening spots on the defense. Hopefully, those players can pan out and fill the void that was left by those players that left. But I don't understand the drafting of the quarterback. That kind of threw me for a loop. I'm okay with the running back. He's a little firecracker, and um,
Hmm.
and you never know. Get a couple of get a couple of plays in there. Break up. McCaffrey's going to need a rest at some point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but but I hope he pans out. I'm happy. I like the potential of that kid Jordan James. They're calling him Beast Mode 2.0. So you never know.
Yeah.
You don't know how much longer McCaffrey has either. So
Yeah. I definitely I'm with you. I'm a B minus on the draft. Until we see them actually hit the field, get on the field and stuff like that. But only the only thing I don't like is the fact that we Robert Salo doesn't blitz. He likes
Hmm.
to play that base defense, and the fact that we didn't go get a true pass rusher in this draft, um, I think kind of sucks because at the end of the day, when we do stop them on first and second, we earn the right to rush the passer. We all gonna
Correct.
be screaming, "Go get them, Bosa!" or "Bosa, why didn't we sack you?" or get a sack
yeah,
or blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So it feels like you're gonna put a lot of stuff on Bosa, but hopefully with these D tackles, getting that push up the middle, it'll make the job in life much easier for Bosa. But
Correct.
We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. Um, with that being said, man, this is a good conversation about the draft. Um,
Absolutely.
make sure you guys subscribe, like, follow the Whistle Game Podcast on all social media platforms.
Make sure you
Um,
share it. Make sure you share
yeah,
it
make sure
to
you share
a
this
Niner
video.
fan, somebody you
Tell a
know, a
Nana
Niner
fan
fan don't
about
know
us.
about them.
Correct. Official podcast of the Nana Empire. And we're gonna be at an event near you coming soon. Barbecues is coming up. All types of stuff. But continue to tune in, follow, like, subscribe, and holla at us, man. Y'all got anything before we get out of here?
I'm glad it's we got a little bit of excitement from the draft. Some football talk. It ain't the same as watching the game, but a little bit of excitement. The hold is over to the start of this thing. Got a long way. Um, I'm excited again for the draft. We lost a lot of key players last year, so I think
Oh,
they stepped up and brought in some young legs, some replacements, and some players that's gonna fill some of that void and that gap that we got.
correct. Monty?
I'm 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 overall excited after being such a bad off season, down off season. I'm looking forward to what we got coming in the near future with Salah back at the helm over there in the defense. These young kids, and I'm loving seeing the fact that everybody reported to camp, voluntary camp early, and they in there ready with it. They got that. They focused. They didn't like what
Yeah,
happened last year. They coming back with vengeance. And I love even Bosa, Kittle, Trent Williams. Everybody's there at voluntary camp. You know what I mean?
correct.
That makes you excited as a Niner fan. So let's go get it. As always, tune in, like, subscribe, Whistle Game Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.